I am Mystic and my short film is called The Adventures of Mark and Bonnie, A Hike to Remember. This film is about a couple, Mark and Bonnie, who go on a hiking date. They start their day at the park and then head into the woods to continue their hike. They hike for a while when Mr. Monster stalks them and decides he's going to attack Bonnie. Mark meets back up with Bonnie and they leave the park and head home. Once they get home, they eat dinner and go to bed. Then early the next morning, Bonnie hears noises coming from their backyard. Mark and her head to investigate to see that Mr. Monster has followed them home. Mark and Bonnie are obviously the couple in the story. They're in their mid-20s, pretty friendly couple, nice and everything, and Mr. Monster is a creature that resides in the park that they're hiking through. He loves attacking people who come into the park and venture into the woods, almost scaring them to death. So the police come in the next morning at to clean up a crime scene. Mr. Monster decides that he's going to follow Mark and Bonnie home because he wasn't done toying around and playing with them. My planning process was pretty easy. I just did the basic work of managing the extracurriculars for my children between when everyone could be here to film and not be here to film, and figuring out what I wanted to shoot was pretty much the hardest part. After I solved that I was just going to do it based on a couple going on a date, everything else kind of fell into place and made mapping out the rest of the planning easier to do. The challenges and that happened during filming was the weather. It kept snowing and it got so cold, so we could only film 10-minute bursts before we got too cold and had to warm up. Then the time. We had the time change and it gets so dark outside so quickly here, so trying to film outside was also a challenge. I didn't have any exterior filming lights, so I had to film what I could during the day, during the sunlight hours that I had, film the few night scenes that are shown at nighttime. Other than that, everything worked out pretty fairly easily as far as getting it all done and shot and put together. There wasn't really very many exciting parts, it was just filming and everything like that. The only vision changes that I had to make to the film was the changing of clothing due to the weather because of how cold it was, so that they don't match the descriptions that I wrote about. On set was a little difficult as we had help from one of my kids. I mean, he kept getting cold and didn't really want to be out there in the weather so much. But other than the difficulty with my kid, being on set was easy and fun. We were just wanting filming to be done and over with, so there wasn't any surprises or conflicts other than the issues with my kid. Filming isn't something I enjoy or will be doing again unless I have to for one of my courses. I will, however, work on set if my work is going to be put on the big screen with the director. If I need to be present for that, I will do that. I just do not want to be filming. So the things that I used to help me and make my film better was I use a video editor to add in our monster. I use a better mic to pick up more audio bits from parts that weren't so clear, and I used a blue film cast over the whole film to kind of match the vibe and mood I was going for. Creative choices that I had into the film and was filtering the whole thing and changing the wardrobe to better suit the weather that we were having. My two takeaways would be always go for the things you love to do. If you aren't passionate about something, don't let others force you into doing the things that you don't like. Filmmaking is a pain and I hate doing it. I don't mind editing the film, but I do not like shooting it. My perspective of filmmaking, I hate everything about this project, everything to do with this project apart from writing the script. As far as filmmaking goes, I will not be doing that again, like I stated, unless about this project apart from writing the script. So as far as filmmaking goes, I will never be doing that again unless, like I said, my courses require it. I'd rather write the stories and then have someone else produce the film and shoot it and all of that. Now, if my work in the future does get put on the big screen, I will be present. Lastly, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks to my boyfriend, thanks to our child for helping with shooting, and my boyfriend for playing the male lead in this movie. Thank you to my past instructors who have helped me navigate through the different applications that I used to edit and do different things in this film. And goodbye.